Hello everyone, CB from CJB Studios here, and this video is going to be a little bit different, I guess you could say. This is not a thoughts and opinions video. This is not a review video. This is more of a quote-unquote pilot to a brand new series I was thinking of doing on the channel called CJB Talks or CB Talks. I don't really know what I'm going to call it at this point, and I don't really know how well this video is going to go, but the reason I'm thinking of doing this is because one of the inspirations for it was actually Autism Talks, hosted by Mila's Mixed Media, and given that, well, she has autism, and the fact that I have autism, I figured it'd be kind of a fun idea to kind of discuss, like, you know, maybe something random on my mind, and, well, sort of make it into a fun video that's, well, not really random, but more like, you know, somewhat enjoyable and somewhat educational, kind of like what Autism Talks is. So, yeah, let's get right into it. So, what is the topic of this video, you might be asking? Well, the topic that I'm going to be talking about in today's video is, well, no pun intended, talking, more specifically, you know, how to talk and when to talk, and, you know, like, what would you say? You know, it's like the old saying, you know, think before you speak, which I guess isn't really an old saying, but, you know, a lot of people say that. I mean, I've been there, I'm sure you've been there. So, yeah. So what is thinking before you speak exactly? Well, thinking before you speak is exactly what it sounds like. If you want to, you know, speak, you know, whether it be, you know, to someone else, or, you know, or well, basically anything, really, it's best to always process, like, okay, so how, if I'm going to say this to someone, how should I say it, and when would be the right time? And it's best to think, you know, well, because that's what you need to do. You need to think. That's how you got to process your mind on how you want to say stuff. And the reason for that is because you want to make sure you're not trying to, you know, come across as awkward or weird or even, you know, hurtful, because it is hard to think, like I said. It's hard to think before you speak. And the best thing you can do is, well, think before you speak. But what makes it, I wouldn't say easy, but what you got to understand is you need to make sure you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. And that's why you need to think. Like, if someone says something to you and you want to say something back to them, or, you know, if someone said something and then you decided to join in with what they said, it's best to make sure that you don't want to come across as like a weirdo or a creep or anything like that. And while it is hard to do it, like, it's actually hard to do it on a lot of levels, not just, you know, when it comes to, you know, actually talking, you know, like actually talking to someone else with, you know, words coming out of your mouth. It's also hard to do it through, you know, messages, like texting, or, you know, being on the internet, you know, whether it be commenting on YouTube or other sites. It's always important to make sure that you think before you speak if you're talking to someone else, and you don't want to make, you know, you don't want to look bad, or you don't want to make them look bad, or whatever. And, well, it is a pretty big challenge. And I have a few good examples of this. One good example is actually Lisette Garcia. Now, I know I've said this before out loud a couple of times when I said that Lisette Garcia is cute and sweet, but the first time I said that, it was back around, I'm trying to remember, I think it was August, I want to say. I think it was August, back when I saw the Lion Queen's post. It was a community post about Disney princesses, and when Lisette found out that she got Ariel, she was like, hopefully my voice won't get stolen. And, of course, at that point in time, I was actually watching Lisette's first ever video that she did, where she showed off her copy of the Super Smash Bros. Video game for the Wii U. And in that video, she was talking. And I took a listen to it, and I actually thought her voice was kind of cute. I thought it was a really adorable little voice. And when I said that to Lisette, she was like, well, thank you for thinking my voice is cute. I normally don't record my voice because I thought it was lousy and awful. Her words, not mine. And she also said that she kind of sounds like a dork. Again, her words, not mine. Personally, I don't think Lisette sounds like a dork at all. I think her voice is just kind of adorable. I think it's kind of sweet and kind of cute, like I said. And of course, Lisette didn't mind that. She thought it was really nice of me to say such things. And so that's one example. Another good example is actually, well, speaking of the Lion Queen, well, she's another good example. A good example with her is actually when she says a lot of nice stuff about me. Like, for instance, when she was reading my Loud House story called Happy Anniversary, she actually thought it was kind of cute. She thought it was adorable. And I mean, I was actually kind of scared, like, when I sent this story to her, because I was worried she wasn't going to like it. But the fact that she gave it a 10 out of 10 was honestly nice, but I still didn't really get why she thought it was cute. I mean, it wasn't intentional to be cute. It was meant to be, you know, heartwarming. I mean, I guess cute kind of falls into that category of heartwarming stories since, well, it was sort of meant to fall under that, like I said. And, well, yeah, like, it's not just that story. Like, the Lion Queen said this to a couple of my other Loud House stories as well, like Lucy Loud's Halloween. She thought that story was really good. Same with There's No Need to Worry, and It's Not the Same Anymore. And I think she did the same thing for Melancholy Melody, for the most part. And as for Lucy Loud's Halloween 2, well, that was more of a collaborative effort between Lisette and I, so I don't really know what rating she gave it. I don't even know if she gave it a rating, to be honest, but yeah, that is kind of a good example of her, you know, saying nice stuff about me. Let me think. I think another good example is, oh, I've got it. Another good example is actually Sebastian Segura, because he's also said a lot of nice stuff about me, because he said stuff like, you're such a good friend, you're so sweet, you know, I mean, that's kind of a typical thing that a lot of people say. I mean, I've said it too. Well, of course, I've said it to Lisette, I've said it to Mila, even, and, well, yeah. But what does thinking have to do with it? Well, see, this is where it comes in. When I said to Lisette that I thought her voice was cute, I had to make sure that I didn't come across as, you know, a creep. And so when I said that, I had to say, not to sound weird, but I watched your first and so far only video you made with you talking, because remember, at that point in time, the Luna and Lana Loud drawing video wasn't uploaded yet, and of course in that video she was talking, and that was when I did actually say that, well, for the first time on her channel, that was when I said, I still think you have a really cute and adorable voice, and she was like, I'm glad you think I sound adorable. Like, I wanted to make sure that I didn't, you know, sound weird when I said that, because, I mean, like, if you get that feeling where, you know, people talk about girls and they say stuff like, oh, well, this is sweet, you know, like, some girls might think, okay, you're being a little uncomfortable. Like, when I do that, I don't want to make myself come across as, you know, being uncomfortable to someone else, whether it be online or in real life. And that's why thinking before speaking is a really important task. Well, not really a task, but it's still important because, again, you want to make sure you're not, you know, you're not coming across as a weirdo, or you're not trying to make yourself sound silly or anything like that. And it is hard, like I said. So, yeah. The best word of advice, think before you speak and make sure you don't upset anybody or offend them. It's always best to acknowledge it before, you know, you get a response from them. So, yeah, that was kind of the topic of this pilot of CB Talks or CJB Talks. I know this video isn't great, like always, and like I said at the beginning, I'm honestly not sure how well this video is going to go, but if you guys want me to do more videos like this, talking about other topics, please let me know. I'd actually kind of appreciate it. So, yeah, please comment, like, subscribe, ring the bell. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all later.